Welcome back. Spirit, please guide and direct these cards to the right message. Show us the divine masculine energy. As of right now, give us clarity, give us truth, show us evidence, reality, facts. Show us this divine masculine energy, please. Show us this. Hi, son. You desperately need a reading? You missed all the members' readings the past 2 months. Oh, I noticed. I saw that, son. Oh my goodness, I'm glad to have you back. All right. So guys, this masculine spiritually is taking the lead, getting their power back. Okay? Their person, whoever they've been with, has stepped down from power, and your DM is now stepping in their power. They're being very controlling. This new lead they're taking is a little pushy. But honestly, stepping into their masculine role is really what they needed to do. And that's what's happening. As far as it being good and healthy, I don't know, we'll see. But at least you know your masculine is stepping into the masculine role, where they're not going to listen to you or anyone. They're not going to be told what to do by you or anyone. It's their way or no way. They are the ones driving. Now, as far as communication, you're not hearing from him or her. And the reason for that, this is a time of introspection, isolation, soul searching, looking for answers within their own heart. Your person is going deep within inside themselves and just seeing why they do what they do, why they did what they did, who they are, what they want, what they need. These are personal revelations. This might be offensive to you, but your masculine is playing the field a little bit. Seven of Cups. They're out looking for options and opportunities. They are looking into different people, different experiences. They know they have a few options. They don't have to just pick one. They don't have to just go with you. They don't have to just go with the karmic. They don't have to go down any path. In fact, there's plenty. But the energy with this is confusion, because whenever you have so many options, obviously, you could land on a minefield and just pick the wrong thing. And so I do sense, I don't want to pick anything yet. I'm just looking at what options I have in front of me right now. What can I do about my situation? Hi, Jessie. Oh, good morning. I kind of get the feeling that your masculine's options are depleting a little bit. They don't have as many options as they did once. And I do think they're noticing this. They're noticing that it's disappearing a little bit as far as the plethora of options. The Sun, your health hasn't been very good. I'm so sorry. I'm glad you're back, hon. I'm so sorry about that. So yes, we see a struggle a little bit, just a little bit. Not a lot, just a little bit of a struggle. Just kind of going within themselves, looking for answers and being on their own with the Hermit card. Now, what they want to do, and this might make you happy, they actually want to reach out to you. They want to reach out, they want to talk, they want to communicate with you in their heart. They feel like it might take a little bit of time, but you guys are going to talk again. And guess who's going to be the one to call or text? It's going to be them. They're going to be the ones. So yes, they're in a little bit of a silent recluse funk. They're looking at their path. They're in their masculine, but they definitely feel in their heart they want to move towards you. This is Cupid's arrows, 8 of Wands. They are shooting Cupid's arrows. They have feelings for you. They have quite a bit of feelings for you. So there's a lot going on the inside, isn't there? There's just so much happening. Now, in their personal energy, their physical body, and their finances, they've hit rock bottom, emotionally. Whatever's happened to them as of lately, they just feel like it can't get any worse. That the world is against them. They're not going to get a win, It's like, where's my win? Where's my break? I'm not going to get one. It's safe to say karma has paid a visit. Because they have lost money as well as feeling lonely, isolated, and somewhat hopeless. They've been wallowing a little bit in victimhood. And this is why, kind of going full circle with the King of Wands, they're taking the lead. They realize, I am wallowing in a self-pity puddle. And that's not where I want to be. So that is their movement. Let's see some more feelings about you. Spirit, can you clarify their emotional feelings for my collective? Show me the DM's actual feelings. Cupid's arrows, 8 of Wands. What does this mean? Why will the Divine Masculine be reaching out? Why will he be reaching out? I miss you. Aw, I miss your eyes, your smile, your voice, your scent, your touch. I'm missing everything. I remember how we've connected physically and our lifetimes together. My love for you is boundless and unconditional. I miss you, and I miss you being next to me. Wherever I go, I'm searching for you and everyone and everywhere. You're kind of their world. Okay, we have my world here at the bottom of the deck. Everything revolves around you. I keep you in my mind when I'm making decisions, and I include you in all of my big plans. Every action, every dream, it involves you, and I love doing life with you. You mean so much to me. Without you, I feel nothing. All right, so this is that emptiness, you know? You guys may have had some kind of an argument or a separation. They're definitely in the midst of feeling all of that. So let's see some more feelings and actions. Show me this Eight of Wands. Lurking in the shadows. So this is actively watching you, okay? Actively wanting to start that fire with you again, okay? If you think they've ran away, left you for dead, moved out of your energy, wrong. We have still working on it, even up until July 4th, still working on it. So they are creating momentum to come into your energy. All right, let's see some of these actions revealed to me. Okay, it's this one. Oh, there it is. Still working on it. Okay, well, we got that twice. All right, so they're a work in progress. That's good news. And let's get some clarity on their mental space. Spirit, show me what you see spiritually. Oh, there it is. We are divine counterparts. So that's what they feel. That's what they see. That's what they believe. Okay, they feel like you guys are deeply connected spiritually. I know this is complicated. It's just so complicated. But there you have it. They are confused a little bit. They're like, there's options, but not as many as before. What road do I take? Let's go ahead and take a look at their physical, what they're actually going to do. Spiritual work and self-discovery. All right. We also have a spiritual awakening underway, and it's a very deep one. So this is all very white, very purification, and very, very spiritual. Your masculine may be wearing a white t-shirt today or something white. Your masculine also may be into photography or just taking beautiful pictures wherever they're at in meditation, in silence, in aloneness. Your masculine has been defensive as of lately. Okay, they don't want you to know that they're wallowing in a victimhood self-pity puddle. They don't really want you to know that. They're hiding their pain from you, okay? They kind of feel like the universe is against them and nothing's going their way, which is the truth. Karma did pay them a visit. Karma has delivered some kind of painful reality check for them, and it's just not, it's not great. Now, this wheel keeps turning, so it turned and it landed in a place they didn't want to be in, you know? And it feels a little bit like jail, like Monopoly, when you land on the jail card and it's like, do not pass go, do not collect $200, you know? So there's a loss, there's frustration, this is not where I wanted to be. And the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse is, I've been working on this life of mine for many years. And I really wanted this to move. in a new direction, in a good one, in a certain direction, and it didn't. And I haven't quite given up on that direction yet. I haven't quite given up on my hope, but I'm near the end of giving up. You know, and if this is with a karmic, they haven't given up on the karmic, but they're near the end of giving up. If this is about a business or career, same thing. You know, they're wounded, they're hurt. Their path is hurting them. And I think it's safe to say their choices are hurting themselves. And with this deep spiritual awakening, this hermit soul-searching enlightenment, I think they are literally waking up. Okay, so your DM's waking up. And they are stepping into masculine energy, which instead of just crying in a little victim pool of puddle, you know, just crying weak, hurt, destroyed, and hopeless and lifeless. Instead of doing that, your masculine has decided, no, no, no. I'm going to get my strength. I'm going to fight. I'm going to stand up. I'm going to walk. I'm going to push on. I'm going to take the reins of my life. If the universe isn't going to give me what I want, I'm going to create what I want. So we have this forcefulness, this strong, confident, masculine pushiness, this perseverance. So that's a very good, strong energy for them to be in. Let's see how your person is feeling. So we have dreams. They just want to sleep. They're tired. They want to rest. But they have a lot of ideas. This is a lot of ideas. Okay? Think big. There are unforeseen forces ready to support your dreams. I like that. So they're thinking big. They're wanting to move forward with this. They're like, you know what? I'm not going to small time view my life. My life is going to change for the better. Okay? Own your magnificence is what they got. The world needs your brilliance and grace. I love it. All right? So this is like, again, I'm strong, I'm not weak. Okay? I am not a weak person. Your masculine's not weak. It's very safe to say that your masculine is a fire sign. So Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius for this person. A lot of travel also is happening for them. They're going to be traveling, even if it's short distance, but they're going to be in the vehicle traveling quite a bit. I do think money is going to turn back around for them. I know they've had a great loss, but money's going to start coming in. They're going to get a little bit of support. The more they go inside themselves and kind of just wake up, the universe blesses them with little opportunities, things to pick them back up off their feet. So they are going to be blessed in that form. And let's get another little truth bomb here. So grounding, stability, security, performance, growth, and endurance. They have an earthy masculine energy as well as their fire. We have love, unconditional love, self-love, wholeness, affection, attraction, selflessness. I don't think you've realized it yet, but your masculine's forceful, sexy energy, because it is very sexy, King of Wands, this is going to push you into your feminine, which is amazing. You're going to start working on your appearance. You're going to start working on your health and your creativity. Yes, they're forcing you into your feminine era. I don't know how long this is going to last, but that is the vibe you guys are going to go into through July. This is a good vibe. So thank God they're in this sexy, hot, I'm in the control seat vibe, because if they weren't, you would be standing up as the healer, taking control, taking the lead, picking your masculine up like a child, holding his hand and trying to guide him through darkness. Because remember, the divine feminine is the light in the dark, the spiritual essence, the inner guide. That's the feminine energy. And you have to be that, and you have to be a leader, and you have to be a grounder, and you have to be that lantern that they're holding with the hermit. You have to be that lantern, that star, if you will, to guide them out of dark times. And that's you in your masculine era. For a lot of you feminines, you've been in that era before, maybe in and out, maybe all the time, but you've been there and you know what I'm talking about. So you may get a little ruffled and bothered that your masculine is forceful, in control, bossy, direct. And I'm not saying he's always sweet and sensitive, but you might be a little bit taken back that they're in this vibe because you're like, I don't know. They're leading, and I don't know if they're going to lead us to green pastures. You know, like, I don't know. I don't know if they're going to lead us anywhere good. You know, they usually lead us into some kind of argument, or they lead us into some kind of drama. You know, they lead us into a war. You know, I don't know if I can trust that. So I could see where you're just like, I don't know, Steph. I don't know if I like this leading era of the masculine, but you have to step back. You are not created to be the leader. I know. Well, I put it this way. You're not created to be the leader in this world. You're created to be the leader spiritually, intellectually, emotionally. You're created to be that leader, the inner. So you are a leader, but in the physical realm, your masculine is the protector, the provider, and the leader. Let's see what your masculine is feeling at this moment. Besides, they miss you. Okay. They miss you a lot. They want to reach out. That's their essence. But what are they feeling in this distance from you with the hermit? There you go. That's why they're in the darn hermit. This is the hermit. I'm working on my inner issues. Literally what it says. All inner. I'm still working on it. I'm working on my inner issues and grounding. Hello. They don't want to be coddled. Bottom of the deck is burnout. This is all new to me, and I'm feeling overwhelmed. And that explains that 5 of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, this is new for them. It's new to be doing inner work. It's new to be growing spiritually. It's new for them to be in a strong leadership role. This whole spiritual awakening, like spiritual work, again, work. They're all doing some self-discovery. It's all about the self. It's what's going on with them. So, honey, they just miss you. This is a lonely time for them. They miss your friendship. They miss your companionship. They don't like being alone. What is something they've discovered as they work on their inner issues? The warning, the red flags, this is a warning. So they've looked at how they're destructive and how they're dangerous and how they're kind of a wrecking ball, okay? As they look inside themselves, like, oh my gosh, I actually have some issues. Part of my issues are I'm very, very secretive as a person. Another one of my issues are I'm very, very vengeful. I tend to take revenge on people that have hurt me in some way. And I'm faithless. I'm not trustworthy. Okay, people can't trust me, count on me, depend on me. I promise something and I don't stick to that word. Okay? And this is the judgment that they're seeing. They're looking at themselves and knowing I don't keep my word. I am a walking time bomb. That's a problem. That's a real problem. And they see it guarded. Okay, 9 of Wands. They're like, I don't want anyone else to know what I just discovered about myself. What if people hate me? What if they don't love me? What if I'm judged in the wrong way? So there's some fear, okay? They don't want to be seen as the complete a-hole. Nobody does. They were doing what they were doing in a blind type of way. They didn't really see the error of their ways when they were doing it. Okay, so this is just that introspection, newsflash, highlight, wake-up call. All right, so we're going to get a spiritual message. We have the elephant spirit, learn from the past. And this is very Ganesha, and I just found my little Ganesha recently. So we are channeling the elephant energy. And elephants to me is Mula Nakshatra. They represent the hips, the thighs, the groundedness, the ancient energy, the ancestors. Heavy ancestral pools, but also just being responsible. And elephants stick together and they're a strength together, but they're also a fierce, independent individual. Elephants are very loving and good and kind to one another. Of course, they have their moments, but they mourn their dead. They love their babies. They're good caretakers, and they're empathic. They do notice things around them. So we definitely have that energy coming in. And then we have dear spirit, bring a gentle touch. I love that. So it's like be firm, be strong, but be gentle. So the learning how to be a strong and gentle leader, a strong and loving spouse, strong and loving father or partner. But let's go ahead and read this. So Dear Spirit says, the time has come for the masculine to be gentle and diplomatic when dealing with other people. He might have found himself in a situation where negotiations are necessary in order for him to move forward in any kind of goal. He needs to be mindful of the words he chooses. Dear Spirit reminds him that he has the ability to be sure-footed and confident while showing humility and respect for others. Number 55, by the way, on the page, challenging. He will learn that his capacity for calm and grounded communication is highlighted at this time, following the way of the Dear Spirit, and he will do well gaining the respect from you and finding common ground that is pleasing to the both of you if he does. He needs to remember that understanding others and their needs will be more powerful at this time than putting his own first. If he can do that, he will be rewarded tenfold. So putting himself back in some way is being a true leader. And it looks like being a weak leader is always putting himself first, worrying about his thoughts, his feelings, and his needs. And that's what he's been doing, which is very fight or flight and very needy. This strength that he's discovering is, I'll handle my own silently, but I need to listen to the one I love in front of me. I need to hear their needs. And a protection message, Dear Spirit has brought a gentle warning, and that makes sense because we have warning right there in their introspection. So this deer has warned them that now is not the time to engage in any kind of forceful arguments as the King of Wands, no matter how volatile others are being. The advice for the masculine is do not match other people's intensity with your own. If you're dealing with an overly assertive person, step back and disengage, lest you agree to something out of alignment with your intentions. Don't let anyone bully you into anything you're uncomfortable with. You have solid footing, and if you ground with grace, those who disagree will begin to find their own gentleness and willingness to compromise. So it's like, yeah, they don't have to bulldoze their way through anything. All right, let's see what's going on with this elephant spirit. This is the bottom of the deck, which is kind of a heavy rooted energy. It's kind of like above everything. This is the bottom line. So although we often wish we could leave the past behind us, the elephant spirit reminds us that memory matters. And the past has come back up to haunt the masculine in some way. He thought he could bury the past, move on from the past, but the past is always with us, and it deserves respect. We must respect the wisdom of the elders who hand down to us our traditions. They have shaped to express our connection to each other and our respect for the community. What has come before us informs us what we are experiencing today. And we must never forget our legacy and strength and dignity. The elephant spirit in your masculine's reading also shows that he's here to acknowledge what came before him and his ancestors and to learn from them, his parents, his family. All of us are memory-based creatures, and we must revisit the past to understand where we are and where we're going. Your masculine's also been confronted with things they've done to you in the past, things they've done to other people, and choices they've made. The stories and events are now kind of replaying over his mind. And there's a collective memory as a divine masculine energy in general. And as he stirs that power of the DM, there's a sense of power and dignity to learn from his past. And Spirit kind of rejoices at his willingness to look back and learn and grow. But in a protection message, he's feeling uncomfortable with tradition, custom, or familiar behavior that doesn't really fit who he is. So he might be used to like one religion or a type of dedicated way of himself, and he's like, I have a problem with that now. I don't feel comfortable with that anymore. Does he wish the past could be erased so it could no longer cause him moments of pain? By the way, this page number is 77. So you got 55 and 77. That is a sign. I also want to say, just my intuition here, your masculine wishes he could kind of erase things that he's done in the past. He would like to just rewrite that and live life as if the past didn't happen. He wished he could write a different story, but he can't. The past is what it is. He did what he did. There is no erasing. He's learning this. He's got to answer for what he's done. The elephant spirit calls him not to be selective in his memory, because ignoring the good or the bad will prevent him from growing his wisdom and strength. So the universe isn't going to let him pick and choose. Like, this is literally cherry picking, and cherry picking our cherries may be a sign for you. But yeah, he's like, I want to remember what she's done bad, what she did then, what happened back here, but I don't want to remember what she's done over here and the good that happened here, because that would hurt too much. So we have some cherry picking. Build on the best of the past, learn from the worst. Walk into the future with dignity. Honor the truth. All right, so there's that. Now let's see what some of this truth bombs that he's trying to rather bury reveals. Because I don't think he's going to be able to hide that. I'm working on it. It's a lot of spiritual awakening. They are going to show him the past. Thank you for showing me what unconditional love is. They'd rather not look at that. You have loved him through thick and thin, through hard times and good times. You've loved him. You've been there. You've been a supportive person. And you ask, well, why is that such a problem? We'll get to that. They also don't want to remember how much pleasure you give them. Nothing comes close to how deeply you please them intimately. Okay. They'd rather kind of bury the good stuff. It looks like they want to bury the good stuff because it makes it easier for them to know they did what they did to you. Okay, so this is what they want to bury. What have they been getting into? What is it they're looking at that they're changing, that they've been getting into? So hostility. There's so much anger inside me. I'm very hostile. And bottom of the deck is I'm sick of pretending to be someone I'm not. I've just been wearing a mask. So that's what they've been into. And there again is that tradition. Like, I don't want to go along with that. I'm changing my traditions. They're also not who they thought they were. They pretended to be someone they're not. And last but not least, let's take a dive into their spiritual awakening. We're going to use the Witching Hour Oracle to give you that message. And then we'll close this masculine reading. Spirit, show me the spiritual awakening. Show me the power and what they're going through right now. Confidence. See, that's that beautiful King of Wands, okay? And communication. So their spiritual awakening is how they communicate. They haven't done a very good job with it, I feel, obviously, or they wouldn't have to be awakened on how they communicate. But the way they communicate is kind of crappy. We also have a Native American here, so they could be dealing with a Native American guide. Okay. We have the wise owl, the wise sage. Someone older and wiser is helping them through their shadow side, okay, to find the truth of their essence, which is they are good inherently. They've behaved badly, but they are a good person inherently, and they're learning how to do this better. Number 12 is very hangman, so definitely getting a new perspective. So it says here, this is the growing moon, the waning moon, and this is the crone. The waning, growing moon encourages to rely on the feeling that they can actually trust themselves. The crone shows in this card a great knowledge and experience. Her visage and steady gaze show that she's confident in her convictions. She knows her right to speak her mind as she grasps firmly to her speaker's staff, which is, I am speaking now. It's my turn. Drawing the confidence card is a time to generate confidence in his feelings and his existence upon the physical world. He has a voice, and he should stand firmly behind it. He was put here in this world by the goddess, and it's time to trust that is a wondrous reason he was here. He's going to be meditating upon where he may need to be more fearless in his life, and it's a time where he does not want to do something, but it's a time where he sees where he didn't want to do something because he wasn't strong enough to say no. But now there's a time where he's being asked again, 7 of Cups, to do something, but he's able to say no or yes. So he's getting the courage, and it is his time. All right. I feel like this is a great ending, but I want to leave you with a high note, or at least a loving note. I just want to leave you with a romance angel. Okay? What is your connection with this divine masculine going to look like? Because keep in mind, he's going to keep reaching out to you, 8 of Wands. Why? Because he's working on himself. And he misses you. Okay, we can't forget that. That's why. So free yourself. It's time to take back control in your life. All right, so you're both kind of stepping in this, it's my life, it's my world energy. And now I'm hearing that one song, it's my life. I don't even know the rest of the words. It's like a rock and pop, whatever song. But yeah, your person is taking control. They're no longer being controlled. They're no longer saying yes just because. They're starting to stand up and say no. So I see your masculine in his masculine energy, and I think you should be very happy and very proud. Okay? You're going to step back into your feminine energy. You should watch the feminine reading. I just did that yesterday. So if you'd like to watch it, please go into my live section on YouTube. I don't really upload videos like everyone else on YouTube. Everyone uploads. I don't really do that. I don't pre-make videos and upload it. 9 times out of 10, I am going live, and you're seeing it in real time, and then you can come back and watch it replayed. So if you want to watch all my videos, please go to my YouTube here and just go to the live section. Okay, not videos or uploads or anything like that. Just go to live, and you're going to be able to see everything current, up to date, all the most recents. Okay? All right, well, I'm going to answer 6 free questions. Sun Val is the first. Okay. Okay. Sunval, what is your question? And then I have 5 more to give away. All I ask in return, guys, is you follow me here on YouTube. I also really need financial support, guys. I don't normally reach out to my audience for money or finances, but I'm going through a especially hard time at this moment. I'm having to pay for lawyers. I'm having to keep my bills alive. I'm falling back on everything to pay for lawyers. I could really use support. As of lately, I've lost a lot of support on my channel and on my website, and it's been very trying. It's been very difficult. I've had to take on a 3rd job, which is why you guys don't see a lot of my lives here the way you used to. And if I've been missing in action, I'm busy trying to stay afloat. So I could really use your financial support. If you could please help me through this time, I would be very eternally grateful. Please go to my website, jks1111.com, donate. Become a member is the best way. Being a member, you don't just donate, you get a bunch of stuff for free and in return at 50% off. So please consider being a donator, but also a member. Okay, being a member of VIP is preferred. It's the most help, but if you can just be an intro level member, that's great. I'm grateful for that too. If you could please spare, a time of quick out to eat fast food restaurant for the month just by supporting me monthly, I would really be grateful. If you could sacrifice that for your reader, I would be very, very grateful. For everyone that would like to go ahead and be a member, please go to my website, jks1111.com. You're going to see the membership area. Also keep in mind, whoever purchases my tarot cards, okay, a one-time purchase of my tarot cards gets you a 30-minute reading for free. So if you can't donate monthly, but you can do it once, please consider purchasing my tarot cards and receiving a private reading. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. Linglicious, hey girl, you've been a member for 22 months. Thank you so much, Ling. You are next after Sun Val. Yes. Yes, I'm hoping so too, Ling. As you guys know, your poor reader here, 44 minutes on the clock when I said it, is going through the dead set time of my sadhisati, which is a very difficult time. With Saturn, a lot of pressure on me. I'm in the middle of it. I'm not on my way out yet. I'm in the worst parts of it. So that's why I'm dealing with courts, fighting for my home, fighting for my family, fighting for my health, fighting for everything. It's my obstacles. It's karmas, of course, but I could really use your support. And my chart did say, if you reach out to the community, if you reach out to friends, they will help. They will help you during this time. So I'm definitely reaching out and asking you guys, help me. Help me stay afloat, please. It's not a permanent thing, but if you could help me for this time, I would appreciate it. All right. Thank you so much, Ling. Oh, no, I understand. I totally get that. All right, son, what was your question, love? You're right. We need to do that. Gosh, this court has gotten me completely sidetracked on my schedules. So let's see, Doja. What is your time schedule? Where are you located? So I can start putting this down. And son, did you ask your question yet? I didn't see. Hey, Navdeep. Thank you so much. I'm glad to see you back as well. Hi, Mila. Okay, so Jesse, you also get a free reading, of course. Son, I don't know your question, love. Is it just going to be a general, or do you have something you want to know right now? I'll just wait here for a second, guys, while Sun goes her question. Hi, Carrie Ann, just got back. I was in here for the collective earlier. Well, thank you and welcome back, Carrie. Yeah, this Sati's been in my 4th house because I'm a Pisces moon in Vedic. So I'm actually going to court fighting for my home. And of course, Saturn's right there. That's a big problem. It's a big problem. And Saturn's going to reward me in the fight, but I still have to fight. It's going to be an obstacle and a hardship. So I'm really going through it, guys. Right in the midst. Saturn is going over my moon. So blessings are hard to come by. I didn't catch your time. And I haven't seen Sun's question. I keep looking out for it. Oh, GMT. Okay, I'm going to write that down. And then we can schedule. GMT Doja. All right, coaching is something I definitely want to inspire you guys to think of. I only do 6 people at a time because I can't keep up with everybody. I'm barely keeping up with Doja right now. But I am going to get on a current schedule for Doja Cell to do coaching. So I would have a space either before or after Doja Cell for coaching. So if you're interested in being coached, I can help you reunite with a partner. I can help you earn money. I know I'm having a struggle right now, but big money means bigger problems. If I didn't own a home or have a home, I wouldn't have to fight over it, correct? So I can teach you how to manifest owning a home or manifest having a business of your own. I do own 2 businesses. It is hard and I am busting my tail to make it, but I'm still free in my schedule and I'm grateful for that. It's better than being employed. So that being said, if you want to learn how to do any of that, I can definitely help you. I can also help you on your spiritual gifts, learn how to utilize them, open them. I can help teach you and guide you through your own personal astrology forecasts, if you will. I don't think it's the right word. We'll just say astrology challenges. Okay. I can help you through that. I can read astrology, obviously, do the tarot and other things. Reading your chart is just a step. We also do feng shui. We also get into numerology, which is really important, even Vastu. So your personal power direction, things of all these are tools. And I've done years of research, so it's all in my brain, and I would love to help people. So personal coaching is great. And if you are a member, if you want to be a VIP member, I will give you your coaching at 50% off. So I'll send you a link and you could get a coupon and pay for that so you could get the coaching. But we will perform magic if you're comfortable with it. Just to let you know where I've come from, I used to be in a really bad place financially. I had 3 young children and I was renting. I was on Section 8. It was a very short period of time. I think I was on Section 8 like 2 years, 3 years. But I was in a hard place. I was on food stamps. I was just really hurting. And I didn't see a very positive way out. And I didn't have control of my own time. You know, I was employed and from all my kids 9 hours a day, or I was getting help and I was home with them, but we were struggling. So it was kind of just a difficult season, and I chose to be home and struggle and do my cleaning business at the time. In order to come out of that, I manifested $100,000, and I did it. And I never thought that was possible. No one in my family, meaning my parents, my grandparents, my great-grandparents, my cousins, no one that I knew had ever manifested themselves out of a dark situation like that. No one. And even to this day, a lot of my family members still financially struggle. And I'm not done manifesting. That was my first manifestation. I manifested owning a home, a big home. I got that. I manifested having a much nicer vehicle. As you can imagine, being financially limited, my vehicle was not a good one. So I manifested a very nice luxury vehicle. So I can do these things. I can show you. And I remember exactly how it felt to be in your situation. And yes, your problems don't just slip away because you have more money. You have more responsibilities, higher mortgages, higher payments, higher everything, but you have to manifest your way out of that as well. Unless you're going through Sati Sati, which is 7.5 years of bad luck, or 7.5 years of trials and tribulations, which is what I'm going through. You're going to go through it whether you have money or not. You're going to go through it during that trial. But it's to build character, it's to build you stronger. So if you guys have any Pisces in your chart, definitely suggest getting a coaching with me. I'll help you through that. There's lots of different remedies, Hindu, Indian, remedies that I will share with you guys, as well as shamanic remedies, witchy remedies. There's lots of remedies, but you have to take the time out. You have to love yourself. You have to say, I actually want to spend, this little bit of money on me to help my life, to change my life. So if you're willing to be coached, I would consider being a member and getting the 50% off, or just paying for coaching in general. But I think coaching is the best route to go to if you want readings at a very cheap price. Because if you think of it, if you pay for a reading separately, a astrology chart reading separately, and an hourly guidance separately, you'll be paying 10 times more than the coaching. So the coaching includes all of it. It includes the Vastu, the numerology, the witchy help, the manifestation help, everything. And it includes your tarot, it includes your oracles, it includes all kinds of remedies. So it's like 10 in 1, if you will. And yes, get the coaching because you're going to save money. It's only 6 weeks. Well, it's 4 to 6 weeks. You can pick a lesser coaching or a higher coaching, but it's 4 to 6 weeks. And you get all of those services into one. You get more services with the 6 week, but you still get good services with the 4 week. Okay? So if you want to save some money, think of it as the Costco deal. Coaching is the Costco deal. So if you guys want to save some money, please go ahead and purchase the coaching. And if you want to help your girl out a little bit more than that, if you are blessed financially, please become a member on my website, be a VIP, get 50% off your coaching. All right, so son, you're back. What's going on with Mael? He's still struggling with a job. Oh, he has been distant from me lately. Girl, let's take a look. Spirit guide and direct me. Laura, that would be wonderful. Thank you so much. You could even just be an intro member, which is just a very reasonable amount. I think it's $28 a month to be an intro member. If you can afford that, that would be awesome. All right, son, let's take a look. So Mael is repeating some past patterns. He still loves you as always, but he's not remembering what he's done. He's not looking back at his history with honest eyes. He is in the midst of healing himself. He's going through some kind of alignment and balancing. The angels are working on Mael. They do want to help. They're here. They're trying to get him straight. They're trying to get his head on straight. He's been struggling with a job for years, and that's an excuse. He shouldn't have to be struggling this hard. I feel like he's making a lot of excuses to you. At the same time, he loves you. He wants to be with you. He wants to come back from isolation. He's sorry for what he's put you through. He's a very kind and sweet, loving person. He's just not a very responsible person. Okay, there's a lot of love in his heart for you, Queen of Cups, but he can't offer you that cup right now because he's irresponsible. So the way he feels about you is he wants to come back into your life, 8 of Cups in reverse. He wants to come back in. He wants to make it right. He does want to say sorry. He wants a family with you. He wants a life with you. He wants happiness with you. So what has been his problem? Let's take a look at the twin flame shadows. There's reasons why he applies, but no luck. He's not applying to 20 a day. He might be applying a couple a week at max level. He's not really putting himself out there. He's partially putting himself out there. He's making excuses on why he can't fully put himself out there. If all he did for a week was dedicate himself to finding a job, and that's trimming up his look, doing personal care, revamping his resume, going out and meeting people in person, and establishing connections, spreading word through the grapevine, I'm looking for this type of job, he would get it. I just feel like what he's telling you is not the truth. Okay, and that's what the 6 of Cups and the 5 of Cups. He's not being 100% honest with you. Okay, he's using that as a crutch on why he can't do what he needs to for you. Okay, so that's his excuse. That's his reason. That's his crutch. You see? So he's not gonna, I just don't think he's gonna be 100% with you. That's like seeing somebody overweight for years and they're saying, all I've been doing is working out and dieting. That's not true, or you would see a difference. So let's take a look here. What has he been dealing with in his shadows with you? We have pitiful in his shadows. So he's not been in control of his own life. That card looks like a surrender to me. This is like a giving up. I surrender. My hands are behind my back. There's nothing else I can do. You know, son, I hear you. You've probably done more for him getting a job than he's done for himself. You have a higher number. I call that an exaggeration number. You know, he could be flat out lying to you about a lot of that stuff. But I see that you've put him in contact. I see that you put your foot out there. But even if you've put yourself out there for him, he's got to put himself. Because you can bring a horse to water, but you cannot force them to drink. He has to bring that energy to an interview. He has to bring that energy to a person. And he's not bringing it. You know, I took my son to an interview and I prepped him for it. And he didn't make it through. And he didn't really want that job. He had a bad he did decent in the interview, but he came off, he was kind of telling the universe, F you, I don't really want this. I'm feeling forced. This isn't really where I want to be. And it was too honest. The universe responds to that honesty saying, okay, well, if you don't really desire, you don't really want it, I'm not going to give it to you. Really, really want it. I have to know that this, if you will. If it's not in your heart, you're not going to get it. And it doesn't matter how many times it gets put in front of the office or put in front of the phone or the computer or in front of somebody. It doesn't matter. He's got to be in it. He's got to want it. And I see a lack of want here. I see pity, self-pity. I see a robotic card here at the bottom. So he's just doing what people want him to do. He's not taking his leadership seriously. A healer told you that? I could be wrong. I'm just a friend here you follow on YouTube. But I will say from what you just told me, all my red flags went off that healer is full of crap. And just looking to get a scare factor out of you to have you pay for more readings or witchcraft perhaps to stop or prohibit that from happening to him. I know it's unfortunate in my community, but a lot of people scare, so you pay to get something done to prevent something. And it's bad karma for them. I'm not saying that's what happened, but it is bad karma. And I don't feel that his father's trying to kill him. I don't feel that. I think even the worst father wouldn't want to end their child's life. And if they did, they wouldn't have lived to be an adult. Spirit, can you reveal to me the truth about what's going on here? No more bad decisions. See, he's making some bad decisions. He's making a lot of bad decisions, and this is what the universe is trying to work on it with him. Why is he making bad decisions, though, is the question. Spirit, why is he making poor decisions? Why is he forcing that? Gossip. I'm ashamed of what I've said. So what I'm hearing with that is, and bottom of the deck, I'm fighting so hard to become a better man. You ever build yourself up or say something that's a lie and then you have to live up to it? That's what's going on. It's like, well, I said I was going to do this. Now I have to. I don't want to, but I have to. I made a promise. I didn't really want to keep it, but now I have to. And so I see that he's being forced to push that forward. And it's just like that's obviously a bad decision because his heart isn't behind it. It's true that he's loving. It's true that he's kind. It's true that he's in love with you. Okay, it's true that he wants to be a family with you. He has good intentions. He's just making poor actions. It is true that he's going through a balancing with temperance. The angels want to come in and help fix him, help balance his energy because he's got issues. He's got depression, okay? He does. He suffers from depression. Whether you see that in him or you don't, he does suffer with a lot of difficult depression. He sees you as a natural high. He sees you and uses you as an uplifting energy, someone that he goes to when he wants to feel good, someone he goes to when he wants to feel like he's done something good in his life. You know, your energy is very healing for him. Okay. So he does need you for that. He does want you for that, but he doesn't respect you for some reason, because if he respected you or even himself, he would behave better. He would do better. I'm going to ask some tough questions here. What is he doing behind your back that he's not pursuing? And yeah, be careful, son, with these so-called healers that you're speaking to, that are giving you this information, especially when it's crazy like that. You know, how would she get her information? Where would she get information? Is it pure psychic ability? Well, if it was, she wouldn't be asking you to do a remedy. So if she has or she hasn't, or he has or he hasn't, I don't know. But usually when someone says there's a dire need, like someone's trying to hurt you, kill someone you love, hurt someone you love, or there's some kind of a spiritual attack on whatever you're reading, usually they suggest, you know, some kind of work to go behind it. And they're like, you can do this work yourself, or I can do it for you. If you'd like me to do it for you, I can for a price. Or I could just tell you what you need and you can go do it yourself. And usually they tell you things that you need that are kind of hard to get, you know, or it just seems troublesome or difficult. And you're like, wow, that seems like a lot. How much would it be for you to just take care of it for me? And because it seems so dire, people pay. People pay good money to take care of it, you know? See, oh, there you go. She said she had to make some sacrifices, an animal. I did not like that. Yeah, they're always looking for the next pay, and that's what it is. If it was a real reading and they really thought your life was in danger, they would tell you exactly what you need to do. And you can do it yourself, and usually that would involve candle work, okay? Or some kind of protection of yourself, some kind of protection or prayer. But I can tell you, you're light workers, all of us, and you're already protected. You're already protected by so many magical attacks. So as long as you tap into your energy and you say, I am protected and I am highly guided and I'm highly protected and I'm highly favored, nothing will harm me or the ones I love. And you light candles with that intention, it's very simple. You're protected. There's lots of different remedies, but you know, you got to be careful for people like that. I only do spiritual work, candle work for people, and I don't do it for everybody. There are some things I won't do because it's too much karma. But like for, money or a healing or recommunication, things like that for people, I'll do it. Not a lot of karma involved. And I do it because I have all the equipment. I already have it. It's easier. And it's affordable. It's just, you don't have to pay me, but if you don't have time or you have trouble getting a lot of the, oils or candles or resources and you need it done by a certain moon, I'm going to be doing it anyways. I'm happy to do it for you. So that's the only time I offer, but I don't require it. I don't scare people into thinking they have to have it done. It's kind of a, if you want this done, you can kind of thing. But yeah, I got a reading once where someone said it was just crap. I went to this palm reader who said she was a psychic and she had her own office in town. And of course, the successful psychics scare people. That's how they're successful. That's how they have a room in town, versus being at home like me, struggling to make it on YouTube. Closet witch. But no, she had her own office and everything. And I went in there and she seemed to be respected. And she said that I was being haunted by a masculine energy that was trying to harm me and was very jealous and not letting everyone come near me. And that was complete crap. And me as a seer and an intuitive, I just felt it was such bull crap. I just felt it the minute she said it. I was like, wow, that is so lame. Little did she know she was reading for a seer, reading for a psychic. She didn't realize she was even reading for an intuitive, which goes to show you how intuitive she was. And I'm just like, really? So I'm haunted, huh? I work with dark forces and light forces. I think I'd know if I was haunted. Not to mention I've lost a lot of people. There's a lot of dead people that I would love to connect with that they're not lingering, okay? So there's nothing lingering around me. Nothing like that, nothing toxic or harmful. Nothing bad was happening to me at that time or any time. And I'm in danger, huh? I'm in danger and I'm suffering. Okay, sure. Keep talking. Keep telling me how in danger I am. She didn't know that I do my own protections. She didn't know that I do my own magic. She didn't know that I am. And I just was like, wow, here I am as natural intuitive thinking I'm going to go to another family member in the community, that could read for me, things that I can't see for myself. You're going to be read by someone real and you're not. And by the way, I am much more affordable than these psychics in person. She charged me like $150 for that reading. And it was like a 15-minute reading. And then she said, I can fix this for you. I can stop this masculine energy for $300. Yeah, $300. I can stop this attack. I have to go to a special church up in the mountains. It's an hour and a half away. I have to perform a ritual there. And I have to get certain materials to perform this ritual. I need to get a specific black candle. And I need to do A, B, and C, and blah, blah, blah. Complete bull crap. Complete. I just looked at her like, wow, really? I played it along. I was like, oh, okay, yeah. I'm going to get that money. I'm going to get that for you. Yeah, I'm going to take care of that. Yeah, let me go get some money and I'll give it to you in the next hour. Let me contact someone. I acted like I was going along with it. I left that place feeling robbed, like, God, I just wasted $150 for a fake, for a fraud. And then she called me on my cell phone like 3 times during that hour to see if I had gotten the money. And I'm like, wow, she's desperate to make sure that I get that money. She kept calling. Did you get it? Were you able to? I need it by a certain time. I need it so I can go get this and that. And I'm just like, wow. Yep, I'm getting it. And then I just quit answering her calls. The sad thing was she was a mother. She had children in the house. and it was like a home office, but it was downtown. It was like the office was downstairs and the apartment was upstairs, you know? And she had a husband and a dog and some kids, and I saw them, you know, up there in the house. And then I saw her office and everything, and I'm just like, it's just, there's no way she would have been able to go an hour and a half in the middle of the night to the mountains to do this ritual with the whole family. Like, there's just no way. And I thought, well, you know, it's possible she could have her husband watch them, but what good husband would let their wife mother their children go off into a scary mountain dark area to a creepy church by themselves? That's just dumb. It's terrible. Anyways, I left, and I'm just sharing that with you, son, because I myself have been, even as an intuitive, I have been tried to been fooled, but no one's been able to fool me. But that was complete fake, complete fraud. And it was just unbelievable that she wanted for something like that. Unbelievable. There's real witches, okay? And those are the ones in Romania, and me myself, of course. But the real good old school witches that all they do is witchcraft, and believe me, they have heavy karma. Like, I don't know if they're gonna make it to the light. You know what I mean? I don't know if they're gonna make it to the light, but they up in the dark and they're doing some things. They get results. Some dark witches, which I have no problem with dark. I am not all love and light. I am not a love and light child. It is not all light over here, honey. I dabble in the dark. Yes, I do. You have to have balance. Otherwise, you don't honor the craft. You don't honor nature. You have to embrace the thunder and lightning storms as well as the sunny skies. So I'm not a fool. There is both light and dark in magic. So I'm not going to say, oh, I'm all love and light. That's bull. That's crap. I would never be successful in magic if I believed that. But these Romanian witches, which are very expensive, we're talking $600 to $5,000 for spells. And they work. They do work, and you'll get your money's worth. But they work. And these are these real, true old school witches. They literally, they use blood, they use animal sacrifices, they use cauldrons, they use, you know, bodily fluids, hairs, spits, all of those types of things for their magic. They do binding, they do separations, they probably end people's lives. Yes, they do. They guarantee people victories, successes, marriages, children. They do all of these things. They have harnessed the power of this earth. It's a magnetic electric energy. They've harnessed it. They are a vortex. They have it. I'm like, I wouldn't do that. Like I said, there's a lot of karma, and they're going to get it. But they are real. And, you know, I don't know many people that would pay $600 to $5,000 to do that. But if you are desperate enough, you will. And they get paid. They get paid a very pretty penny. If somebody wants a child, they will get paid $5,000. If somebody wants to make sure that this karmic energy gets divorced and their relationship will end, they'll pay it. And it will work. Okay? So there's magic out there. I'm not going to say that there's not. But when you hear people, just in general, like just general healers, first of all, healers don't do that. That's not their business. I'm speaking to you as an honest friend here, an honest intuitive, and I'm not saying I'm all-knowing and I am all that, because I'm not saying that. But I do know if somebody is a healer, they are not practicing in heavy witchcraft, because that's not their purpose. If you're practicing in the craft, you are not a healer, you are a seer, and you help transform. You are an alchemist, okay? You are a magician, you're a magi, you are a mystic, okay? You do things to create. You are the magician, okay? Healers are more like the temperance card. Okay, people doing magic is more like the magician, but also the high priestess. They're not healers. You see, the High Priestess card is not a healer. She's a seer. She's a doer. She's a revealer. Okay, she has power. She can be a conduit. But the healers don't do that. They just don't. If someone says, I'm a healer, and by the way, I do this, no, it's just not, unless they say they have two different things that they're doing. Like they could say, you know, I'm a mystic, I'm a healer, I'm a shaman, but I also perform this. I also practice in the craft. You know, that's different. But they wouldn't just title themselves as a healer. You know, there's different words with that. What if tarot is real? It is. It is. Tarot, think of it like a Ouija board. That's real. Okay, think of it as a pendulum. That's real. These are tools of divination. When people see into fire scrying, water scrying, they're looking into physical items and they're seeing through a different realm. They're psychics, they're intuitives. It just means that they're open. They are spiritually open to hearing, seeing, and knowing things. A lot of people are closed. Everyone has a gift and they're able to tap into some psychic ability, but many people are scared and they would rather be closed-minded and closed off, because if they open the door, other things come in. So when you're a seer like me, is it dangerous? Is it scary? It is, because I have an open door. My door is open. I receive messages all the time. But that doesn't mean it's light. It doesn't mean it's good. It doesn't mean that it's all healthy. When that door's open, darkness can come. And you have to be prepared to battle the darkness. Battle the evil, the demonic. It's real. It is all real. And when you dabble with things like this, and you don't even dabble, you practice, you use these tools, you've already opened the door. And you don't know what's going to come in. And this is where, I'm trying to think of the word. It's escaped me all of a sudden. It starts with a D. Think. Discernment. Geez, I don't know what happened in my brain just now. Discernment is key to a psychic intuitive. Discernment. Even for healers, discernment. This is where you have to be well seasoned. I'm not saying that I'm all powerful and almighty. There's a much more seasoned people than me. But there's also much less. And I'm aware of that. There is much less seasoned people than me with discernment. And I find when people do tarot, they do magic, things like that. And even if you hear from tarot readers, they'll say, I don't know what I'm not in line with my message, or I don't know what this is. I can't pinpoint who this is about or what it means. It means they're open and they're being careless. They don't have discernment. They don't have good discernment. They don't, it's just like just a free-for-all. It's a wild card. They've opened the door and they don't know how to handle the power that comes through it. They don't know who to listen to. And so there's a lot of people, they're just a free-for-all. They don't know who to listen to, and they're just getting random messages left and right. And you'll see a lot of spacey readers, or readers that go, it could be this, it could be that, it could be this, it could be that. It doesn't have to be male, it could be female, it could be male, it could be a child, it could be an adult, it could be, all these it coulds, they can't pinpoint. They don't have discernment. They're lost. They need a compass. When you have discernment, your compass points you, is right here. There it is. That's what it means. That's discernment. And when people, dabble in magic, sorcery, things of that in the craft, they can talk to higher powers. They can intuitively get advice from their ancestors, for example, their great-grandmother or their father or a teacher, Christ consciousness. They can get information even from good angels, but there could be bad ones. There could be the fallen ones. There could be demonic energies that are not sanctified. They're just evil. And I've noticed that the evil entities are menacing. The evil entities do not really have a purpose. They just come in to confuse, wreak havoc, destroy. They're like a Tasmanian devil. You know, seriously, they just like a little tornado. They come in to destroy something, destroy a relationship, destroy someone's job, destroy someone's reading, and just create havoc and misguide, say, 1,000 people. You know, demons can come in and disrupt, but that's where intuitives that have discernment know when to shut that door and say, get out. You're not welcome here. You are not welcome here. I didn't ask for you to be here. I asked for my guides to be here. I asked for my ancestors to be here. I didn't ask for you to be here. You need to go. You're not welcome in this reading. You're not welcome in this room. You're not welcome in my energy. You need to go. And see, the evil ones, they know you see them. And when you see them, they will listen. They do. They have to listen. It's their contract to listen to the higher authorities. It is their contract. They must, and they will flee. They will go. You just be demanding, know who they are, know when to call them out, know when they show up. There's a lot of signs. You'll get goosebumps on the back of your neck sometimes, a very cold feeling sometimes, just a cringe feeling like someone's staring at you through a window. If you could understand that kind of a feeling, you got it. That's the discernment. You're like, someone's here, and it's not a good energy. You know, it's like someone bad just entered your house. Imagine what you would feel in bed at night and you hear the door open and it's like 1 a.m. You're not going to get a good feeling. You're not going to go, oh, that's my mom coming to see me. No, your mom would call. Okay, that's not a good energy. You should be scared, you know, and that's when your hairs stand up in the back of your neck and your arms and you're like, okay, I need you to get out, or you go get a weapon. See, when someone spiritual, something spiritual walks into your realm, you get your weapons. You get your holy oil. You get your cross. You get your candles. You get your powerful talisman. You get your book. You use your minds. You use your words. You get your sword. See, when something spiritual comes in, you get your tools. You get your weapons. And you cast it out. Because when you dabble in this, yes, it's real. Tarot's real. But you're going to get dark as well as light into the room when you're using them. And it matters on discernment and what kind of a door you've opened, who you've asked to be there. If you start doing tarot and you're only on the dark side, generally like 60 to 80% of what information you get is all dark because you started off that way. That's the door you opened. You picked a door and you had a key. You opened it. When you start something like this with the intentions where you want to reach loved ones, with the intentions you just want guidance on your life, and you want angels to be with you, and you want spirit guides, and you want Christ consciousness, and you want a higher, because light is a higher vibration, darkness is a lower vibration. But if you come in and you're like, I want a higher vibration, then 9 times out of 10, you're going to get a lot of higher energies coming in to help you read. It matters the door you open. Now, if you've opened the wrong door, you can close it and you can reopen another door. But you have to know how to close that door. And this requires casting. This requires chanting. This requires sacrifice. And I don't mean animals. I just mean like fasting. Sacrifice as in your time. Sacrifice as in maybe putting a little bit of money in certain herbs and elements and things you might have to, you know. It requires things for you to close that door and then maybe reopen it, reopen a new door. But this is all the spiritual realm. This is why when you're dealing with the high priestess, she knows. She knows how to open and close doors. She knows instinctively a good, higher vibrational light and message versus a lower, darker vibrational message. It is good to be able to communicate with both. You don't just want to communicate with one. It's a very unbalanced energy, and your magic will fail you, and your psychic abilities will fail you. You have to do both. Prudence, we are surrounded by spirits of all sorts. Yeah. And if you also notice people that started out as mediums, and they're only talking to a specific type of dead, and then you hear them saying, oh, I don't want to hear from you. You need to go. I don't dabble in that. I don't talk to those souls. If you hear them, you'll start to see their business falling apart and their popularity dwindle because their gift starts to kind of dwindle. I've seen it. I've seen it with some very popular, famous mediums. They start off very wealthy, very intuitive, very powerful, and then you see them dwindle. And it's because they were unbalanced. Yes, you can cast off dark entities that you don't want to speak to, of course, but you can't cut them out completely and say that's not how I operate. You're turning your back on the spirit world. You need Hades and you need Zeus, and you better be able to communicate with both. They will give you respect when you do, and your gift will rise when you do. This is about being a diplomat, a Donald Trump, if you will. You need to be able to talk to both sides, your enemies, the dark, and the light. You cannot just turn your back and treat people like crap, treat energy like crap, and expect to be well gifted. You need to respect both. And this is where, when you're getting like a dark message, you say, I respect that you're here and I honor your existence, but I didn't call on that existence right now. I didn't call to read that right now, and I don't welcome that in here because I am focusing. Keyword, I am focusing on this type of a message right now. This is my focus right now. Thank you for your energy here, but you need to go. I didn't call you in. You know, you give respect and you're going to get a higher intuitive ability. And everyone has these abilities. You have them. Your neighbor has them, but like I said, some people don't open those doors. Maybe they're not supposed to. I also think it depends on your astrology, your birth chart. There are very good psychics and intuitives. They're not healers. They're psychics and intuitives. And that's seen in your birth chart. And there are healers and guides, and that's seen in their birth chart. There's all different types of gifts. But the psychics, they're the ones that can see through veils. And really what that means is the psychics are the ones that have discernment. They open doors, they awaken, and they have discernment. Yeah, some people shouldn't open them. And this is where I suggest, because everyone's got powers, so do you. And I'm not telling people, don't do it, only leave it to us. I'm not saying that. Everyone has a right to open those doors when they're ready. I feel in order for someone to be a very good psychic, there's a certain life path. And I do feel it has to do with numerology. I do feel it has to do with their birth chart. It starts in the makeup of who they are, because that represents their life path, who they were as a child, what they experienced, how they developed their intuition, how they developed discernment. And then they can achieve that level of the psychic because they have gone through purification, transformation to become that. So I feel like, yes, there are specific people that are destined to be that psychic, and they have had those experiences, and there are people that have not. I'm not saying that they can't be a psychic, they could, but they might struggle. You know, those people may struggle with discernment. They may struggle with divination. They may struggle because they don't have that life path. And, you know, honestly, I see that with a lot of astrologers, especially men. I'm not being sexist at all. Men just tend to be more logical and more realist, in my opinion. Not all men. There's a lot of men that are very feminine in nature, and I've seen them, and they're very good psychics. But in general, you know, in general, I see a lot of astrologers that are not super spiritual, that they just do it like science. They do it as a tool to make predictions. And I've watched so many different astrologers, and I see when they use it as a tool. And they're like, you can use this astrology to predict this event. You can use this method to predict this. And if you struggle on that method, go to this method. And I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? What is it with all these methods? 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 We're studying the stars for methods? I'm genuinely shocked. And that's when I'm like, God, they are really not spiritual. They are scientists, and astrology is a scientific art. I get that. There is a place for science in astrology, but there is also intuition, the ability to see by using the chart, which is a magical tool. It's a spiritual map. In fact, astrology is a whole nother spiritual language. It is the language of the stars, your ancestors, Atlantis, and the universe of your creator. Astrology is a freaking language. And you can either be fluent or you struggle in the language. But there is a lot of astrologers that struggle in the language, and those are the ones that need methods. Because a real intuitive astrologer could tell you what they feel with that planet. Not what's written in a book, not what's been done for thousands of years and what's proven as a method, but that the universe is magic and it has feelings. It does. So when you're reading an astrology chart, you can't just go on methods and predictions. You have to go, you know what? I feel for you, this in this chart is this. That's why whenever you're getting chart readings done, it doesn't always exactly pinpoint with you. It resonates with you to an extent, but not exactly. And that's because they're using methods. And example, just a typical method. Let's bring up Sagittarius. The 9th house and Sagittarius. Let's just read those two energies. A method in general means travel, long distance travel, foreign, far off, far travel. It also represents luck, truth, fortune, and your fathers and forefathers, patriarchal energy, beliefs, and the ability to stand up because it's fire. The ability to stand up for what you believe, fight for what you want, and the desire, because it's fire, to travel long distances, which takes courage. So in general, that's a method. So anytime these astrologers go, oh, it's in Sag, or it's in the 9th house, it must mean this. Oh, you've got it in the 4th house. It must mean that you want to settle in far off foreign places. It must mean that you don't want to be tied down. It must mean that you have, fill in the blank. What I'm saying is they're wrong. That's a method, and it's not always right. I'm sorry, and I love them, and I honor these astrologers, but God, they work solely on methods, and it's so wrong because that's not true. It's not true for every Sagittarian. That's when you got to look into the nakshatras. Like, for example, if it's a Mula nakshatra, they're not big on travel. Sure, they like it. Who doesn't? But sure, they're enriched in travel and foreign places. They're enriched and they love foreign foods, like Indian food or Asian food, etc. They dabble. But Mula Nakshatra people, they tie themselves to ancestral property, ancestral traditions, and it is hard for them to detach. That is their struggle. It is hard to move from their home place to a far off place. They will, but it's very difficult and they don't really want to. They don't really want to. They have a desire innately in them to be something that their grandparents wish they could be, or their parents wished they could have had. You know, and that is the root. And Sag is powerful, and they are honest in the truth telling. But it doesn't mean they like everything foreign and they can't sit still and they don't like commitment. That is a method that astrologers have used for centuries and people still use today. And all these people that are reading horoscopes, as soon as they get to Sag, they always go to their go-to handbag of Sag means fill in the blank. And they're wrong. So I just wanted to share that with you about discernment. Just because you see something that it probably works, you know, half the time. A method works. It wouldn't be a method if it hasn't had any success. There is truth to it, but you have to use your discernment and your intuition to tell the real truth when it comes to what someone's going through in a period, in a dasha, in a mahadasha, in a zodiac sign, in a house. You have to use that. You can't just go to your handbag of easy methods to prove something, because it could be very wrong for a lot of people. Prudence, I really thought tarot was for fun. What if I open doors? Well, let me tell you. And I feel that you have ancestors that dabbled in this. Okay, because I just saw your picture and I felt that. I felt that kind of witchy energy. When you have ancestral history, you can't just dabble for fun. It does open doors. You know? Is there people that can use it for fun? Sure. There's naive people. But I'll tell you 9 times out of 10, it is always going to open a door. And you've opened it up to that realm. And as soon as you pick up tarot, you'll notice signs. You'll see repetitive numbers. You'll see feathers, or you'll see pennies, or you'll see shadows. You'll hear voices, perhaps, or thought you heard one. You'll get random thoughts that are not your own. You'll have visions, images, perhaps, when meeting someone. Don't disregard those first intuitions. You've opened a door. You've touched a sacred tool. Everything in this day and age is treated like fun. Candles are treated like fun. Tarot's treated like fun. Magic's treated like fun. You can see spiritual items in Spencer's, Hot Topic, Disney. It's all fun. But its roots are not fun. Its roots are tradition. They're heavily rooted in tradition. And it doesn't matter how many times you remake something, and you could paint a picture of a kitten with the 5 of Cups and make it a fun tarot deck. Yes, that holds less power, but it's still rooted in the truth. Just like you can remake a Bible and make it no cap, slang, Gen X styled. It's still rooted in the Bible, you know what I mean? It's less powerful. I will say this, when you get tarot cards that are fun, it is less powerful. They're not strong, they're lighthearted. So like if you get like the Nightmare Before Christmas deck, which I have, or an animal tarot, or, you know, something completely off, you can still read and find things out, but it's not very powerful. It's not super powerful. When you use traditional tarot, It is very powerful. And it could have different people, different images. But if it represents like the imagery, it's powerful. It is a disclaimer for sure, but I was always knew tarot readings was a spirituality, so I was afraid initially. Well, I'm glad that you gave it that respect. Prudence, no bye, I'm leaving, you're scaring me. Okay. That's okay. Well, sorry for the rant. Sunval, I was just, you know, I felt open to share that with you because of your experience with this healer, which I feel is a load of crap. I'm sorry. And I don't mean to, I don't know this person from a hole in the wall, but my red flags went off when I heard you say that. It just felt, not that she wasn't real, I'm sure she had real to her, but she went on the wrong path. She went down the wrong path. And she's been deceived by meddlesome energies. Okay, she has been deceived. And now she has heavy karma. And when she's doing spiritual work for a hefty price, or she's doing blood work like that, she's diving into the image of a magical spiritual person versus the truth of it. You guys remember that part in the movie The Craft, where they went to that spiritual store and they were buying some candles or a book or something like that. And they met the witch, the white witch that was there. And they were like stealing. She knew. She knew. And she knew that the lower energy witches were not as powerful. And in the movie, they portrayed light and dark witches, of course. But really the truth is, and what she said in that movie is, to honor magic, to honor the craft, you have to use powers of both dark and light. She said that, and that was a fact. That was the truth in that movie. And she told that girl, you know, if you dive only into one side, you're not going to be as powerful as a witch that does both. I can tell you that. It doesn't matter what magic that person wants to perform, what craft that person casts. It doesn't matter. They will never be as powerful as a witch that does both. So there's no reason to be intimidated or scared. Okay, so that being said, I will get off that subject, but yeah, son, I had red flags going up when you told me what was going on with that. Son, I will say he is fighting to become a better man, of course. He's determined and he's trying. He's drowning in a depressive pit. Right here, I'm drowning in my despair for you. He's in despair. He wants to be coddled. He wants to be carried. He doesn't want to do the work. Okay, there is a lack of drive for him. 6 of Wands in the reverse. He's not facing his demons with the Devil card in reverse. And he is back and forth on the fence about what he needs to fight for and what he needs to go after. All right, he doesn't have his head on straight, son. Yeah, and I think it's really his depression that's brought him here. But he has good intentions for you. He just needs to do better. He is trying to do better, but he needs to get out of his pit. He's in a depressive pit. And he sees you as a comfort and a lover and a friend. You're everything good for him. But he's got to get himself out of this pit. Let's go ahead and see. Do you have a new lover? You know, son, I really resonate with you. Of course, I've always resonated with you. But my kid's father, you know, the one that passed away, the one that was murdered, he struggled so much. And I knew he wanted to be a better person, but he just didn't have it in him to change. He always said the same thing. I tried. I keep trying, but he never carried the energy of power to do it. But the things that he did want, like a motorcycle, he got. He made it happen. That was his determination. When he wanted to create something, oh, he would create it. When he wanted to attain something, you know, that he really desired and wanted for himself, oh, he would get it. But when it came to work, when it came to responsibilities, yep, he said he wanted it, but I didn't see the determination. I'll give you a free one transformation, Queen. Free with donations if you can. Okay? I'm doing 6 free. I'm finishing Sun, and I have 5 more. I have Ling, so she counts as 1. And Navdeep counts as 1. So I have 3 left. TQ, I'll give you 1, and then I've got 2 more free ones. But if you guys could just donate a little something to me, I would appreciate it. I really could use it at this time. Like I said, I never ask for any kind of handouts, but with court being what it is coming up and bills being due, I sure could use it. Sati Sati and all. All right. Oh, hi, Sabrina. Sure, you can have one as well. Okay, so are you going to date somebody new? That's what your question was, right? What about somebody new? And I am going to start dating for sure. Okay. So we're just going to see what news coming up for you. I will say every time I've read for you, I never got new. You know that. You know, I've tried to get you new in here and it doesn't. But it's a new day. So let's take a look. Spirit, please guide and direct me for Sun. Show me somebody new. Show me somebody new. Is somebody new coming for Sun? Again, I have no luck. No luck for somebody new, Sun. Oh, I'm so sorry. I keep fighting for you. I keep rooting for you to get someone new. You know, girl, all I see is the struggle being stuck to him because you love him. He loves you. There's a very tight bond. You and him have a very tight bond. Now, there is karma. You've got to figure out, what is this karma? What is this? Why am I so stuck? There's something you haven't seen, something you haven't transformed, or something you haven't learned. There's something lurking. And this is the key. This is the answer. What is it you need to see and change for you to meet somebody else? Because at this point, he's hanging on to you like white on rice. Okay? Like some white on unseasoned chicken. He is hanging on to you for dear life. And your energy is, in essence, I'm not going to lie, you're hanging on to him too. Spiritually, energetically, in a loving way. You're hanging on to him too. And he's going to keep pursuing you for this love. It's continuing pursuit. I will tell you that you're going to be quiet. This is a very quiet period between you and him. What is it you need to know? karmic relationship, resentments and triggers, perception, intensity and letting go, turmoil and fleeting. So dive into this little broken heart, this little broken cookie here. There's karma between you and him, of course, but he's in karmic connections, and you know he is. And it's about these resentments with the Seven of Wands, these triggers. Perception is this Hangman in reverse. The intensity is the Lover's card connection. And the letting go comes up to this Four of Pentacles. Okay, so we have turmoil. We have fleeting. Okay, bottom of the deck here is not enough. Lacking confidence, self-sabotage, fear and ego, frustrations. Is it you? Is it him? This needs to be seen for you guys to let go. Someone needs to have confidence to let go. Confidence that they're happier somewhere else. Somebody needs to stop creating dramas where they don't exist, to stay stuck, creating reasons to stay stuck. Someone needs to feel like it's not an ownership with ego. Okay, someone has ego ownership. And then we have someone's frustrated with fear. Fear that they're never going to find anyone as good. Fear that no one's ever going to love them the way this person loves them. Fear. Fear that they're never going to be truly happy like they are with this person or like they could be with this person. Fear. Fear that if they leave and close the door on this, they're never going to be able to come back. These are the things that have kept you, son, from moving on, whether that's by you or to you. These are the things keeping you guys tied. I would highly suggest doing a candle at home for yourself, any candle, but putting the intention into it and saying, I want to purify my space. I want to purify my mind and my karma. I now release. I release these ties. I release that. I am confident. I am no longer self-sabotaging. I am no longer in fear. I see where I've been keeping myself stuck, and I release that now. Thank you for the message and the lesson, and I let it go. I'm ready now to receive someone new. I'm ready to receive an open, loving, honest, healthy connection. I'm ready. And do it again, and do it again every Saturday for 6 weeks. Release this karma. Do it on Saturday, and do a black candle if you have one. White is always a good substitute, but black would be preferable. Okay, so that's what I see. Who is next? I love you, son. I hope this is going to do good for you. I love you very much. Ling, you're next. That's right. Okay. I'm only doing 6 today. Anyone else that wants a reading, today is $44 if anybody wants one. I'm in a 44 vibe today. You're welcome, love. So, Ling, what is your question? Spirit, please guide and direct me on these cards, on their message. Excuse the dirty nails, guys. I've been working in the yard and with the chickens and the ducks. I've been doing a lot of yard stuff, and my fingernails are not the greatest right now, but it is summer. You know, your girl gets outside in the summer. TQ, I donated what I could on Cash App stuff. My medical bills are high. No, I'm grateful. That's okay. Thank you so much. Yeah, for everyone that's getting a free reading, donations are appreciated. You don't have to, but I would appreciate that. Ling, let's see what I'm trying to find your questions, Ling. Okay, there you are. What is ST's actions towards me? Okay, let's take a look. What are ST's actions? Thank you, Sabrina. His next actions, Ling, is going to be an apology. He feels bad that you guys aren't together. He feels bad for his part in keeping you guys separated and in separation, and he feels bad for hurting you with other connections. This is kind of, I know you deserve better. I know you deserve more. I know you don't deserve this. You deserve a happy summer. You deserve joy. You deserve get-togethers, gatherings, public. You know, he knows you want to go public. He knows you deserve public recognition of this connection. And he knows he loves you. He knows he's got to do more and be more. I see 2 months of silence, whether you've been through it already for 2 months, or it's starting, or you're in the middle of a 2-month period. But I see in general, you guys have had or will experience a 2-month period of silence. And I see that after that 2 months, he's going to reach out and reunite, reconcile, okay? Reach out and reconnect with you in a very friendly, upbeat way. This could be by the next holiday. This could be by July 4th. But this is a celebration regardless of what day it lands on. Nachos are really coming to my mind. I don't know if nachos are something for you or for him, but those cheesy nachos with that cheese sauce and the jalapenos, for some reason that came to my mind. And maybe it's the representation of junk food, but it's good. And I kind of, maybe that's just kind of like, this relationship is junk food, but it's good. You know, maybe it's both. But it's like, this is not healthy, but damn, it's good. And I'm not going to say no. I'm not going to say no to a freaking bowl of nachos. So I do feel like this isn't going to be healthy for you to reconnect with him, but you are. And it's going to be good, Queen of Cups, okay? It's like the cheese sauce on a nacho chip. All right? He's not very happy with what's been going on between you guys. He knows you're not very happy either, but he knows you guys are deeply connected, King and Queen of Cups. This is soulmate vibes. This is I deeply love you vibes. This is I genuinely love you, and I don't want to let you go for Pentacles. Okay, so I just think the answer here for ST's actions towards you, what's next, is an apology. And it's going to come after a 2-month period of silence. He's not ready to let you go. This is a small victory for you. It's not healthy, but it's good, okay? And you are going to hear back from him. And the most important thing is the apology. What is it that he's trying to give you as he comes back in? No. The Hammer. Sabotage, rebuild. Persistent, working on it. Repairing. There you go. He's repairing the damage. He sabotaged this. It's his fault. He should feel bad. So what you're going to know is he wants to rebuild something with you. And he's going to keep working on it. He's persistent. Okay, the reason he left, it was selfish. Okay, what has he been going through without you in this separation and silence? Isolated. I'm so lonely, but I just want to be left alone. Okay, this is what he's been going through. Okay, and that's very Five of Cups. He's been lonely. He's been alone. He's just been kind of going within himself. It's been hard. But he's stripping down some masculine beliefs. All right, he's coming to you. So yeah, expect that. Okay, expect that apology. He is coming back. I think that's what you need to know. His next actions is he is coming back with an apology. It's going to be lighthearted, but he will be around. He'll be back around. King and Queen of Cups, soulmate vibes. What is it you need to know? Priorities. Girl, what you need to know, which I know you already know this. I know you. I know you know this. And get your priorities straight. When you know what's important, saying no gets much easier. You're going to have to step into your own personal Queen of Wands vibe. Okay? You have to know, as unhealthy as he shows up with like those nachos, nachos are good, but you got to know when to say no. You know, can't have nachos every day. Maybe at the movies, maybe at a baseball game, maybe at a family function for a party. I mean, people have nachos like what, twice a year? You know what I mean? It's not an all the time thing. And that's what, you know, you need to say, yes, I'm happy we're reconnecting. Yes, I'm happy you're coming back in. And yes, let's be happy and enjoy this moment. But you got to knock your stuff off. I'm not going to just keep letting this happen. I'm not going to keep letting you get away with it. You know, this is just a reminder. I know you know. But the boundaries for him have got to be put in place. That's what the universe wants you to know about yourself. But he's coming back in. He wants to work on it. He wants to fix it. So I think he'll be open to it. That's what I see. All right, Jesse Oak. We're going to get some cards for you. Thank you so much for your donations. Then I have Transformation Queen and Sabrina. And I got one more left, I believe, after that. Anybody that wants to pay $44, you can be on top of my free list. But that's what I have left right now. All right, Jesse Oak, let's take a look. The World card in reverse. Justice. Libra vibes. You're dealing with a Libra. The Strength card. The Moon. Six of Cups. What is your question, Jesse, if you have one? Five of Pentacles. The Star. Bottom of the deck is the Three of Swords. There's something you didn't have closure with yet. It's kind of lingered on. This past is coming back up in your life to be judged, to be looked at, to be maybe re-looked at again. There's something that needs to be re-seen. I almost feel like it's a cold case. Yeah, It's like reopening a cold case file. This is a cold case and we're going to reopen it. Hi, Jesse. Yeah, I hope so. My birthday is coming up, guys. I would love some members for my birthday present. I want some members. I want some coaching. Come on in for my birthday, July 2nd. It's coming up. So if you guys want to give your girl some birthday love, do it. July 2nd. Anyways, Jesse, yeah, there's a cold case file that's about to be reopened. It does involve like a broken heart. It involves being let down, disappointed. This might be a karma you have to relive again, or it might be somebody that is coming back into your energy that you have to relive again. But the past is coming back up to be relooked at. Okay, with the Strength card and the Five of Pentacles, this is going to cost you. This is going to cost you. I feel like financially and physically, this situation that's getting brought up with a Libra, could be a Leo, but this situation that's getting brought up is going to hurt you again. And it's going to take something from you. This could be a debt that you have to repay. This could be a karmic debt that you have to repay. But there's something that's going to deplete you. It's going to deplete you in some way. And you're going to have to be strong and just take the correction or take the karma. It might just be in general, your karma is to keep paying this or to pay this at all. Like just your karma is to hurt in some way. And that's just something that what goes around comes around with the World card. But there's something that hasn't been paid forward. And if this isn't you, Jesse, it's somebody that owes you money or owes you time or has to be brought up before justice to give back to you. And it could be that you were wronged, okay? So please turn that around if that's what feels more at home. Now, I like this with the moon and the star, very feminine. This is very magical, very cooling, very refreshing. This is kind of like once you pay a debt off, you feel better. I get the image like paying a car off. Boy, is it hard to go pay that bill. It's like $40,000, whatever. And you're like, here's a check. And it hurts to put up all that money. But once your car's paid off, you're like, oh, this is nice. No more bills, no more letters, no more calls. It's paid off. Just an example. I know I'm not saying that's your life. I'm just saying the feeling that comes about paying off this debt, this karma, feels super refreshing and super, super good. So whatever this is, paying it forward, paying it out, paying it off, this is going to make you really happy, or this is going to make someone you love really happy to just be done with it. It could even be serving time. Someone may have had to serve time. That obviously isn't you. Someone you care about maybe had to serve time, and they're going to be released. They're going to be released very soon, maybe in August. And maybe it's just a karmic jail. Someone's being released from karmic jail in August. Social media could get someone into trouble, okay? Somebody will be posting a lot of this on social media. False mask. Somebody was faking this, living in fear. Okay? Somebody was hiding. Hiding in the dark and hiding in the shadows, and no more hiding. The secrets are coming out. The truth is coming out. We're about to heal something that was buried in the past. And that's the road to recovery. So I feel like you're on this road of recovery, or someone that you love is on this road to recovery, but you are blessed in some way. You're highly favored with justice and strength. You are the sun, the moon. You are a blessing. You are a gift to someone. And the one that gives gathers, the one that gives advice, gives love, gives forgiveness, gives financially, gives their time. You get what I'm saying. The one that gives will gather. And that's what the star card says. You must lose to gain. Sometimes when you lose, you win. But you are going to be reconnecting with somebody from your past. Now, what is the sign about reconnecting with someone? The snake. Competition, enemy, the other woman, looking over your shoulder. A love call. So this is the year of the snake. You are going to reconnect with someone this year. It's like another woman, or it's somebody from the past that you're going to express love to, or they're going to express love to you. There's going to be messages of love, thinking of you and informing you. And maybe informing you that they're no longer in a relationship that they once were in. Maybe informing you that they still have feelings for you after you've been hurt. Okay, but expect a comeback. Somebody wants to fix this connection with you. This could be family or lover, but somebody wants to fix it. Now, what do you need to know, Jesse? What do you need to know? Crystals are going to be an important thing for you to purchase right now. Maybe a very special healing crystal. I feel amethyst and pure crystal quartz would be very helpful, maybe even together. And I see silver. Okay, the moon and the star, very silver. So crystal quartz, amethyst, and silver. I would look into that. So we have honor your resistance. Sometimes no action is the best action of all. You're going to have to wait. All right, so maybe you've been waiting on someone, but either way, you need to know, waiting on your true gift, waiting on this person to show up, waiting on justice to come in for you. Have patience. Somebody's been scared. Somebody's been living in fear, but they're working on it. They're going to heal and recover. Okay, but I do see some pain, and it probably was a love connection. This is going to come back and be healed. There's a wish fulfillment for you. Okay, so that's what I see, Jesse. And I hear something about around the corner or around the way. Around the corner, around the way. Whatever that means. All right, so I've done Sun, I've done Jesse. I've done my first one, so Transformation Queen. I know I said I was going to do you. Can you guys help keep me on track? Because I feel like I've said yes to people. I don't want to miss them. Sabrina, that's right. So, Transformation Queen, what is your question, love? So you want to know about APH. This relationship was going good. What is going on with us? Okay. APH. Spirit, show me APH. Something happened between you and APH, and it was scary. It was, somebody got scared. There was a threat. There was a threat. But this is a long-term connection between you and APH. It's about getting honest right now. We have to get honest about what we want so that it can come to us. Thank you so much, Jesse. I love you. I hope that was on point. And let me know if you're in town. We will do breakfast, Waffle House, whatever. I am down. So APH, You need to, yeah, this is like, we need to talk about what we really want so that it comes. Okay. There was obviously some kind of a threat, some kind of a problem that came in, and it scared someone off, or it scared this connection into a place where it shouldn't have been. I feel used, and he just keeps asking about money I don't have. Well, I will say this. The long term was, he did have long-term intentions to be with you. Okay, he did see that he wanted to stick around. Money-wise, Five of Pentacles, yeah, he's struggling. And he's going to keep struggling. Knight of Pentacles. You're going to have to King of Swords this in the butt right now. And I know you probably are. But you needed to be the one that decided. The fact that he dropped you isn't okay. He dropped you because he got busy and confused, looking for more, looking for help in his financial situation. His intentions were pure, but he had strings attached and he had needs. And if they're not met, he felt very strongly that he had to go seek out more needs financially. Now you need to clearly decide for yourself what you would tolerate and what you won't. Because he did have good intentions, and I know you felt that. You felt it, but you also knew he was keeping things from you. He wasn't always being honest. He didn't tell you what he was really going through. But this is, you dodged a bullet. He did you a favor. Because he's nothing but trouble. He does have good intentions to be with you, which in a way is nice, that a man's not like, oh, I'm just going to use you for 30 days and I'm going to drop you. That's not his intentions. His intentions was to be with you. His intentions was to continue seeing you. But his needs met priority first, and that's when he got toxic. The clock is ticking. He had to get some kind of money by a certain time. Needing time, cycles, takes time, time to heal, progressing. There was a time constraint for his financial needs. And he felt that took precedence because those things needed to be dealt with and handled by a certain time. Okay? I see the dragonfly coming in for you, which is a sign. What I like about dragonflies is they eat flies. When do flies show up? When there's SHIT. Where there is SHIT, there is flies. Where you are blessed is when the dragonfly shows up to eat those flies. So lighthearted and adapt, finding out, change, things coming to light, and healing. I think you're finally seeing what you don't want to see is that his priorities are him first. Yes, he prioritized you at a time, but his needs will always be super first. And that's just what you need to know. There are good guys and bad guys that will all stick around, but they'll all stick around. But which one do you want? And this is the magician saying you need to clearly decide what you want. He lied and was, oh, the children, I'm so sorry. Let's see what the magician wants to say. Engagement ring. You need to take this to the next level for yourself. You know, you're looking for a high level commitment. A partnership and a union is priority to you. And you're like, I just want to know if he's going to stick around. I want to know if I'm going to grow old with somebody. I want to know if I have a man for life. I want to know that he's going to be with me in good times and in bad, because you have no problem helping someone in bad. You're like, I'm right here. I'm here for you. I'll help you in hard times. But what about my hard times? What about when I need you? And you want that higher level of commitment. What this card is saying is you have to first be a high level commitment to yourself. You have to make sure you are high level committed to you. The you, TQ, are priority. The same way he prioritized his needs first, your needs are priority. Roses are a big message for you. I want you to dive into the energy of the rose, which is treasured, sought after, and respected. In fact, I'm going to spray some roses on your cards because you need it. There. Yep. Treasured, highly valued, sought after, and respected. That is the energy the rose will carry. The red rose of passion, commitment, dedication. You need that. You deserve it. This is what I got off of Amazon. I want you to order it. I use this every Friday. I spray fake flowers with this. Every Friday I spray this in my bed in my room. Venus is for the rose. This is Tea Rose. It's the Perfumes Workshop Ltd. This is an ancient, ancient treasure. You know, this is old school. This is my grandma's, type of scent. But it smells like legit red roses. Highly. When you smell this, you're smelling a bundle of roses. That's what it smells like. And you need to surround yourself by roses. Treat yourself like a rose. Treasure yourself like a rose. This is going to bring you manifestation, the magician, high-level commitment. Okay? Red sheets, silk sheets, pink sheets, purple sheets. Those are all energy of love in the bedroom. Put real or fake red roses next to your bed, preferably real, but if you have fake, that's fine. Spray them with tea rose. Spray yourself with tea rose. Take a rose oil bath on Fridays. Call in the love that you deserve. Yeah, and this is super cheap. It's not even expensive. I think this is like $15 or less. So that's a wonderful addition to have in your home, guys, to call in Venusian energy on Fridays. You need to be highly valued. And you haven't been calling that in. You haven't been treasuring yourself. Okay, you are a beautiful red rose in a garden of weeds, and you need to tell yourself that and expect it. Now, you did dodge a bullet. Okay, he helped you dodge that bullet. Let him run out. Okay, but what's going to come up for you? 6 of Wands. This is high favor, high honor. The Ace of Cups. You're going to get love because you're calling in love, sweetheart. You deserve love. You want love. You want this love, and you're going to call it in. Okay, 7 of Wands. You need to resist him because you're not resisting him, but you need to start resisting him. Put your foot down, 6 of Wands. Do not disrespect me. This is like putting on a whole new face. Who is this transformation queen? Fulfill your name, transformation. Become someone he doesn't recognize. 7 of Pentacles, 6 of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles. Judgment. You're going to say, listen, you haven't been given to me, so I'm not going to give to you. You know what? Maybe I have that money to give you, but you know what? I'm not going to spend it on you. You don't deserve it. You're going to be all right. Okay? You're going to be all right. All right? I have a family. I have needs. We come first. This is that energy of you're going to have to turn your back sometimes on people that seem needy, even if you love them. I've turned my back on, sometimes I would rather help a hardworking family that has a nice car or a nice home that just needs support with something than a homeless person. You know why? Because they're trying. They're out there working. They're out there sun up to sundown doing things. sacrificing, they deserve more of a handout than a homeless person sometimes. You know, I hate to be judgmental, but we got judgment here. A lot, not everyone, but a lot of homeless people choose to be homeless. They would choose it. They don't want to work. They really don't, and that's okay. That's their energy, that's their karma. That's where they want to be in this life. I'm not against it. They want to go down that trodden path of, you know, maybe appreciating food on the trees, food in the trash, you know, nature. Maybe they want to be on the streets and see beauty in strangers that they meet and hear hardship stories. Maybe that's their path. You know, being homeless isn't always awful. You know, they put themselves in dark places for enlightenment, and that's their soul's path. I'm not here to hate on that. There is karmas where people choose to be homeless for those reasons of enlightenment. But I would rather choose to help some people sometimes that's a family that isn't homeless versus a homeless person, because I'm like, you know what? You could help them today. You could give them $5. You could give them $60. And they're going to be back on that street next week with the same sign. They're not going to be different. You know, you could give them hundreds of dollars to get them a hotel, clean them up, and they'll be back on that street, you know, in 2 months because of their choices. They don't have the mindset to stay off the streets. Not all of them. I'm not saying all of them. Yes, there's a lot of homeless people that would get help and they change and they never go back and they help other people. That's wonderful. But, you know, you have to use discernment, right? When you meet someone that's in need, when you think they're going to turn a leaf or when they're not. And sometimes you just have to pass on by because that's their karma to not get help. That's their karma to push them to a place where they have to want to change. That's their karma, you know? And for you with this reciprocity, you're right, equal give and take. He's not giving to you. It's not that you can't give to him. You got Page of Pentacles. You've got medical bills. You've got bills, but you could give. You could give a little something, something, you know. But he doesn't deserve it. You see, that's the Judgment card. He doesn't deserve it. He doesn't. And you've put too much time and energy into this man for him to treat you like an option. Okay? Amen. You put way too much for this. You don't deserve that. He came off having it all, money, and he said, all I'm looking for is a wife. Yep, that's a con artist right there, because he knows what you want to hear. A man has an intuition with women, and they know, oh, this girl, she just wants commitment. I know this is what she wants. See, his high intuition was this. If he gave you the illusion that this is who you were going to be, this is who you were going to be, someone's wife, he was going to play that role and take what he could. I'm not saying he didn't love you at all. I'm just saying he's not respecting you. He's not respecting himself. So yes, you need to call in somebody else. And this is why the energy of the rose is what you're going to embody. Respect yourself. Okay, highly favor yourself. If you are the queen, if you are the wife, you live right now today like you are the wife. You do your hair like you are the wife. You cook that dinner for you and your kids like you are the wife. You make up that bed like you are the wife. You clean that house like you are the wife. You take care of that car, you drive, you put on that music, you put on that watch, those rings, that hair, like you are the wife. Okay, you get that mindset and you're going to manifest what you want, which is Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups. You deserve it and you can receive it. You are the magician. If you will it, it will be yours. And so mote it be. And it is done. So says I. Right? So you got to do it. No more crying over spilled milk. No more crying over him. I know you want it to be him. You want him to be better. You see the best in him. But judgment says he doesn't see the best in himself. Judgment says he's not bringing it to the table like you deserve. Judgment says you cut it off. Period. Because you will get what you desire. And if you want a clue, it could be a Gemini or a Virgo that could come into your life if you're willing to call this in. I'd prefer the Virgo over the Gemini if I were you, but it's a mercurial ruled person, and you're going to call in a mercurial ruled person. Okay. So there you go. You dodged a bullet. Let him dodge it for you. Okay, I've lost my cards now. There they are. All right, so I've done 4. Sabrina. Steph, could you choose me? Yes, I'm going to choose you. I said I would choose you. What comes out for me? Thank you. You're welcome. Good girl. Good girl, transformation queen. You're going to call in a Gemini or a Virgo. Just step away from him. Hold him off. 7 of Wands. You have a problem resisting him. You're going to have to resist him. Give him the hard love. Give him tough love. Give him the cold shoulder. That's what the cards are telling you to do. Okay, Sabrina. Sabrina, you come from a broken family in some sense. Your family just didn't have it together. You're working on correcting that, being better than where you came from in some sense. You're fighting to break generational curses. You're on the fence. Spirit knows you're on the fence right now. You're not sure what you're going to do. You haven't made up your mind. You're thinking about it. Part of you already knows what you're going to do, but you haven't done it yet. You're afraid to disappoint people. Somebody's got some high expectations for you. Or they just expect something from you. But it's different than what you have in mind. And I think you're going to quit playing the fiddle how somebody expects you to play the fiddle. Right now, you are fighting to break generational curses or traditions. You are fighting to go against the flow from what your past was, whether this was a past marriage or a past family. But you are fighting to break free from those chains. It was very broken and there was loss, and you've been working very hard on repair and rebuilding. And you've come across a few people that have wanted to help you on this journey rebuild and repair, but they're different than what you expected. They're not who you expected to come on this path. Or you're about to meet someone that you didn't expect that you would ever meet, and they're about to come on your path. You already know you want to move, but you haven't done it yet. You haven't put it into motion, or you haven't told people you want to move or you want to move on, whatever this is. Part of you may say, I need to move on. I'm ready to move on. I just haven't told everyone I've moved on, or I haven't told this person. But you've already met someone, and something is about to shift in 3 months. In 90 days, something's about to shift. Now, whoever you're dealing with, you're not the only one they're dealing with, by the way. Could be a friend, partying, time with friends, having fun, happily single, living in the moment. You're about to be pursued by someone, or someone's going to pursue you. Knight of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. There's a water sign person that's going to pursue you. You're coming in with the Wheel of Fortune. Again, not decide on moving on, not decide on the big move yet, not decide on the big change yet. It's here, it's coming, but you don't know everything about it yet. It's nervous, it's nervousness, and you're just like, it's not as good as it. You know what? Everything that's gold doesn't glitter. You know what I mean? What's that saying? Or everything that glitters isn't gold. And so you're looking for the problems in a good offer, or the problems in a good relationship. The person that's coming into your life is direct, forward, straightforward, and honest. They're a straight shooter, insensitive, but honest. They're not hiding anything from you. Your challenge is 10 of Cups, a happy family, a happy unit, okay? A happy connection. Why is that so hard? Because you're always looking for the negatives. Okay, you're used to looking for the negatives, or someone, this may not be you, perhaps someone you're dealing with is used to looking at the negatives. But there's a struggle, okay? Now, this water sign is in your future. This is who you're supposed to marry. And I think it's a friend from work, or a friend that you've already known. But there's this friend that wants to be more. Okay, Knight of Cups, King of Cups, Three of Cups, Three of Pentacles. But there's a burden. You have to get over someone, or your past. Could be karmas, or they have to get over someone. Queen of Cups, King of Cups. This is a perfect soulmate union. 10 of Cups, it is. You're supposed to marry this soulmate. That's what's coming in. So what is it with this indecision? What is it with I haven't decided? There's an issue. I'm fighting this issue. Someone's fighting an issue before they could move on. Superficial. We got the Seven of Swords. It's a fear of abandonment and fakeness, falseness. Someone might have a fake family, a false lie. It's wondering, what are you hiding? What are you hiding from me? I don't know if the person you just kicked out was a water sign or not. But there's a water sign you're supposed to be with. But first, someone's got to let go here of this 10 of Wands, broken family traditions, or a curse. I'm not ready yet, but you can go grab something in the fridge. I'll be right there. Eight of Pentacles, consistency, cleanse. Listen, what my intuition is telling me, and I don't know if I'm wrong or right with you, I don't know if it's going to resonate. What I'm hearing is you got to get over this past, this ex or your family. You got to let them go. They're in the wrong direction. You're in the wrong direction. They've already shown you their true colors, Knight of Swords. They've already shown you how effed up they can be. And you have to let that go, because not everyone is hiding. Not everyone is lying. Don't let the evil doings of someone in the past ruin what's coming up with somebody in the future. You do need to be single for a little period of time. there's a break that you're going to have to take, 9 of Pentacles. And it's self-love, self-care, self-respect. It's boundaries, and it's also just the nurturing that you deserve after being hurt by someone that was very cold and mean. But this water sign person, 10 of Cups, Knight of Cups, King of Cups, Queen of Cups, very good. You are going to meet someone in the near future that is a water sign. This is a new relationship. This is not an old relationship. This is someone new. So I'm going to give you clarity that this is a new person. You have not met them. And if you have met them, you've never been with them. You've never been with them emotionally. Okay? So this is somebody new. And what does this new person want to tell you? But you're going to have a period of singleness first. And you're going to have to kind of not let what happened to you in the past taint what's coming for you in the future. That is a warning. Yeah, insecurities. The warning here for this new person is you don't want to be insecure. You don't want to feel like they're always hiding something, keeping something from you. You need to heal yourself first so you're not insecure. Because our love is real. Trust in us and the guidance of the higher realm that's bringing us together. Have faith that it is safe to love me as much as I love you. Our union is protected by angels, and we are destined to be together. Our love is true and divine and unconditional. Okay, that's who awaits your future, 10 of Cups. But there's someone that did some damage to you, and you're going to have to deal with that first. Spirit says you've kind of decided, but you haven't taken action. I think you've already decided what you need to leave behind, but you haven't fully followed through with it. Believe in divine timing. Be ready to surrender. Be ready to surrender the past, the good old times. You're going to have to surrender someone from your past to get someone in your future. That's what you need to know. That's what's coming up. So you have a water sign coming up for you, and that's what I got. Their love is real. Oops. All right, so be ready to cleanse, doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. Get ready to cleanse that. He's finally out of my apartment. Yay, that's awesome. Well, you're on the road to recovery. Okay, he's finally out. You're finally going to be able to move on. Okay, it's going to take a little time. You're going to have to not be jaded from all of this. It takes some time to recover and love yourself again, but you are going to have happiness. You are going to meet someone worthy of you and worthy of being together with. I love that. All right, so my last person. Who did I say I was going to do? Doll, if you're here, I will do your reading. Anybody else, if you want a reading from me, it's $44 because I will have completed my 6. Sarah, I am so sad, Steph. 2 days. I saw him in a photo with another woman. She's wearing my sunglasses. Please, Steph, I want honest confessions. Feeling from AMR's heart for me. Will he come back? You're welcome, Sabrina. Well, Sarah, I will go ahead and do your reading since Doll, I don't think Doll is here anymore. I was going to read for Doll. Well, she's not here. All right. Okay. Awakened, I've already chosen Sarah. So if you want to be next, you can. It's just $44 on Cash App or my website under a donation, because I've already given 6 free. Every free reading, I do appreciate any kind of donation at this time. That would be highly appreciated if you can. But the other readings I do have to charge for. I'm sorry, I have to survive too. I love you guys. But follow me on TikTok. I am offering free readings over there. Absolutely free. But YouTube is my main channel. So I'm here every day. But I will do a TikTok later as well. The talk. All right, so let's get a message from him and what your future holds with him. AMR, please. Show me AMR for Sarah. Well, this did not pop out how I thought it would pop out. First of all, AMR is very immature. King of Pentacles in the reverse. Okay. You're going to get to go around and around with him again because he's going to reunite with you. 3 of Cups, probably within the next 60 days. He's going to reach out and apologize to you. He was being selfish and self-centered, and he was doing things that benefited him, but he does care about you. Okay, so he is going to reach out to you, but here's the deal. I kind of think he's still going to keep in contact with the other person as well. Yeah, we have talking, interested, awaiting messages, texts, calls, email, talking more. So he is going to reach out to you, but he's not going to stop reaching out to the other person as well. I'm so sorry. He does miss you. You're going to get to have him come back in your energy. You guys can talk then. But he's not always honest, and he's very immature. Yep, he's mastering a karmic lesson, and you're mastering a karmic lesson with him. This is why you get the 8 of Pentacles, the good old number 8, infinity symbol, okay? Doing the same thing over and over again, hoping for a different result. You're going to have to get sick of him and what he brings to the table. He's going to have to get sick of bringing the same thing to the table all the time and expecting a different result. Both of you are going to see this karma. Change is going to come. All truth will be revealed. But first, you are going to reminisce 3 of Cups, 6 of Cups energy even, on past precious moments. Okay? These scars and wounds run deep. This is past life karma. Thank you so much. He's with a rebound relationship. I do see that, yes. I don't feel in my intuition that he's full-blown committed in that connection, but what I do feel is he is entertaining another woman, seeing where it leads. I do know he cares about you, and he's going to reunite with you, reconnect with you. You're going to have a reuniting. He's not going to set you down, but he's not going to put her up either. Let's get a confession from him. We have a spark. Oh, we got 2. Bonus. I love you, and there is a spark. Okay, so this is what keeps you tied. You do love him. He loves you. You guys are bound together karmically. This is a karmic relationship, Sarah. And you both love each other. It's there. He loves you, but not the way you deserve to be loved. Not the kind of love that you desire ultimately. He loves you, yes, in return. He loves you, but not the way that it needs to be for you, just you, okay? We have a spark between us, which is undeniable. Everyone sees that you and him have a spark. You and him have a deep connection. Everyone sees it. You feel it. He knows it. But yes, he's selfish, 9 of Cups in the reverse. And he's talking to somebody else because that feels good for him. 2 of Cups. But he's irresponsible. He's immature. King of Pentacles in the reverse. He's not committed and he doesn't honor the ones that he has to be in their life with. He's stuck in his head. He's blind, ignorant, and foolish with the Fool card. He is Mr. Come in, come out. You know, he's rushing in with passion and rushing out just as quick in a hot-tempered argument. He's defensive because he doesn't like getting caught in lies. Okay? He knows you've put a lot of time and energy in this relationship. He knows that it should be more than it is right now, but he's not putting the work into it. Okay, he knows you guys have a deep connection with the Lover's card. He dropped the ball. 5 of Pentacles, Dark Night of the Soul. He dropped the ball. Why? Because he got tired. He got tired of something, but more than anything, it's karma. He's been triggered, and now this is the end. He's going to reach some point of enlightenment. He's got to do some inner work, some inner journey work, which is what all karmics have to go in. What is my shadow? What am I dealing with? What is my problem? 8 of Cups, ultimately, he will leave. And ultimately, if you do not defeat your karma, you will cry watching him leave. Or you can reverse this. You can leave. You can go inside yourself. You can find out what it is about you that is triggering this karmic connection, triggering him to do this to you. Is it a parental pattern? It's going to hurt to find out the truth, but it's better to find out now than later. You're going to have to do the work, and it's going to require sacrifice and loss, but it's worth it. Because then at least you'll be karmically cleansed. At least you'll be on the same page. And then you'll realize you deserve more than what you're getting. I don't care how good he was in the past. He's not that good right now. And it's a fight right now. And he's not consistent right now. And he's foolish right now. And he's selfish and stuck in his head right now. And he's irresponsible and ridiculous and immature right now. You stood for him for 10 years. There you go. King of Pentacles, the representation of years. And for 8 years, it's not been that good. You know it's been a struggle for the last 8 years. You started to see red flags. What is it you are having a hard time seeing? Okay, so what is it you're having a hard time seeing? You need to start stripping down your feminine beliefs. There's a feminine belief that needs to go. Take the mask off. Maybe that's being cared for, maybe being comforted, maybe being provided for, maybe fairy tale stories, I don't know, but there's a feminine belief that needs to be stripped that isn't working in your favor. I have so much going on inside right now. I'm contemplating. He does want to be back with you. Okay, seduction. He is going to reach back out. He is. But like I said, he's not going to put the other person down permanently. He's found somebody else and he's going to reach out, but he's still found them. We have medicating, guarded, and secretive. So he's been drinking. He's not been his best self. He's hiding truth from you. What is it you need to know for yourself? Truth. Truth bombs hurt. Okay? It's hard because you've been attached for 10 years. You're accustomed to this. But change is inevitable. Tell the truth. Integrity is the key to living an authentic life. Let's get a message about your separation. That is the truth. What is the truth about why they are separated right now? Show me a truth bomb. please show me a truth bomb for her? The distance between us is killing me. So you are hurting more than him, more than anyone. You hate this distance. You're highly attached. I'm not sure how you feel about me. You don't know if he still loves you anymore. You don't know if he still cares. That kills you more than anything. The questions that you just don't know. I'll tell you, he's with her, but he's thinking about you. You got to remember, he's been with you as long as you've been with him. He can't just shut it off the same way you can't just shut it off. It's easier for him because he already processed leaving way before he left. So he'd been dealing with preparing to leave you, preparing of what he was going to do once he left, preparing who he was going to talk to. You have to see that this was in the works way before it happened. That's Eight of Pentacles. He'd already been working on leaving. You had to be surprised. You had to be shocked that, what, we can't work through this? You're going to leave after all this time, all this dedication? This is shocking because you weren't preparing. You were not preparing to leave. You were not preparing for him to leave. He was busy preparing. He's been gone long before he walked out of that door. And this is a truth bomb you need to hear. You need to accept. Now let's get a confession from the love oracles. There's nothing wrong with you that couldn't be fixed, that couldn't be healed. He had to be willing to heal things with you. He wasn't willing. He had to be willing to open up and talk to you. He wasn't willing. I'm not saying you're perfect, but I'm saying he is just as guilty. And he could have done this better. Let's see if he still loves you. I'm hearing he doesn't love you the way he used to. Love does evolve. Love does change. He still loves you. He's still going to reach back out. You're still going to have a reuniting. He's still going to come back into your presence. Maybe not to live there, but to reconnect with you. But things have changed. And you're not going to get him back the way it was. Only time will tell. That's what I was feeling. This is your karmic soulmate. He will be back. He doesn't feel for you the way he's always felt for you. Okay, time is going to tell you how he feels. I think it changes, it evolves as time goes on. It can be healed a little bit more. It can be hurt a little bit more. Only time will tell based on your reactions and his actions. But let's get a confession from him right now. Show me ASMR. Show me ASMR. Out of all the women I've dated or desired, no one compares to you at all. Now that's a fact. Okay, he is seeing someone else, but she doesn't compare to you. You have 10 years on her. So she's not the first. She's the first he publicly put out there. She is not the first in his life since you. He's talked to a few women. She's the first he picked. But out of all of them, no one is going to compare to you, Sarah. No one. He's always going to measure them up to you as a wife in some way. Sometimes I feel like you would be better off if I disappeared, but I can't let you go. So he does feel like you're better off if he just gets out of your life. He feels like he is toxic because he is. He is. 9 of Cups in reverse, King of Pentacles in reverse, irresponsible, immature, irrational, selfish. Okay? He was your husband, yes. Not anymore. He's acting like this. So no one's going to compare to you. But he does feel like you're better off without him, and that is a real confession. Let's get a message about what's in his heart as he's with that person. It's like night and day. She's very, very, very different than you. Very different. She puts him up on a pedestal. Oh, he's the emperor to her. He is everything. I mean, he is basically worshipped by her. Worshipped. That's why he's putting up with it. I lost 10 years for nothing, Steph. I'm 37. You're still young. I don't want to hear that. You're in your 30s. She's kissing his royal ASS. And believe me, that's hard to compete with, isn't it? When someone's sitting here just kissing someone's butt and even their SHIT smells like roses. That's what she's doing because she wants to lock in a marriage like you had. But let me tell you, the love you guys have, the history you guys have, it's not going anywhere. It's not going to disappear. She's not going to get the version of him that she wants. He's still going to reach out to you. He still wants to have a connection with you, not committed and I'm going to drop her for you. I love you. I'm going to stop my ways. No. He would have to be fully transformed and changed. And don't set yourself up for that kind of failure. Telling yourself, is it possible he's just going to come back to me crying, apologizing, and putting all of his bad ways to bed? No. No. You have to change first. You have to be the different person because then you're going to reflect through him your change. And you may not want him when you change. This is an era for you, not to wait on a broken man, not to wait back because you put all that time in. No, this is the time for you to change. What is it you need to know? There, look at that. Pleasure. Do something just for fun. Get a kitten, dress up, do something fun for you. Pleasure is one of life's essential nutrients. Do something just for fun for you. Okay? You are going to make more progress that way. You didn't deserve this. What do the animals want to tell you? You're going to have to hurt. You're going to have to be in this pain. Tears are going to help you heal. It's going to be a while before you get through all of this. He is going to reach back out. It's not going to be everything you wanted, but he is going to reach back out. You're going to have some peace and you're going to have more pain, and it's going to be hard. But if you can work on yourself, things can change and get better for the better for you, okay? And you're going to change, and you're not even going to want him one day. But the good news is she's never going to get what she wants out of him. He's always going to come back to you. The sad news is you're not going to get what you want either. Neither of you girls are going to get what you want, and neither is he. That's just the sad karmic truth. But at least you have some peace in knowing that it's not sweet and satisfactory on her side. At least you get that peace. So what do the animals want you to know? A trip to the desert or like a deserty area would be good for you. Desert flowers, deserty sunsets, that's what I'm seeing. So we have koi fish. Play coy, which put a mask on, keep them guessing, play coy, flirt but don't give in. Be present, but not fully. Okay? Play coy. Okay, there's always enough. Cow spirit, miracles are endless. He knows you're hurting. He knows you want him back. He knows you are sitting there waiting. Take that comfort away from him. Play coy. Fake it till you actually make it. Fake that you're okay. Fake that you've moved on. Fake it, fake it, fake it, fake it. And try to find pleasure in things that you love, okay? You're going to have to fake it because that's the only way to make him move in any direction is by seeing a change in you. You are the leader. You're the one that will turn his direction one way or the other, but it comes from you. And this koi fish says, the koi fish grows big within a small pond. It reminds us that within each of us is the potential for prosperity. The law of abundance ensures that prosperity is our natural state. So regardless of temporary outer conditions, you can call in prosperity and magnetically attract opportunities and abundance. The message of the koi fish for you, Sarah, is for spirit to begin to generate within you, like a magician, deliberate intentions of what you want right now. No matter how small your koi pond may seem, appreciate the joy wherever you can get it, even in a small flower or the chirping of a bird. Outer conditions come to reflect your inner condition. So begin to become the self who is comfortable inside so your outside can start to reflect it. Start to envision the abundance and plenty that Spirit wants you to experience, knowing that the moment you begin to commit to this conscious, deliberate co-creating, Spirit will joyfully start bringing you what you need. You have so much to offer, Sarah, and so much of value to express in the world. In your little pond, there is so much you can create. In your little self, your little inexperienced self, there's so much you can create. Do not underestimate the power that you have. Trust that your outer conditions are reflecting your inner, and that's what you need to work on. That's what you need to remember. Inner equals outer. If you want to change that outer experience, start focusing on manifestation. I want you to follow, I think this is right for you. I want you to follow Natalie As the Pennies Drop. She has a channel here on YouTube. So As the Pennies Drop by Natalie. And then I want you to manifest with Jasmine. That's another video, another person here on YouTube. Follow them. I think they're in your good energy right now for where you need to be in this koi fish pond. So you can start manifesting. That's the right energy for you. Okay? So that's it. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. If no one paid for the $44 readings, I'm going to go ahead and move on. Stay tuned if you want more free readings. I do give free readings at least every Saturday. I try to. And I also do it on the talk. So you know the talk, TOK. You go over there and follow me. And I give free readings there also. So I'm going to let you guys go. I love you so much. Thank you for your donations and your support. I really need your guys' support at this time financially. I need you. I need you to come in and support me. I need help. I need lots of help. I need thousands. I need lots of help and support. So please purchase something, donate something, order something, become a member. Anything you can do, this is the time that your teacher, your preacher, your reader is asking you to come in and help them. Okay, I really would appreciate it. I love you guys. Good luck for all the Pisces out there in your Sati Sati. I hope you get the help and support you need also. And everyone that's watching, Remember, this is a journey, not a destination. So you just keep swimming. Okay? I love you guys. I'll see you later.